It is Friday. I don't have my glasses on. Dennis is upstairs burping. I don't know if you can hear me. It's pretty nice out. It's gonna get bad this weekend, so I'm gonna be outside enjoying it while I can. It's cloudy though. A little bit cloudy.
Here we go. Good morning. I'm Barbara. Welcome to my deck. I'm using my selfie stick tripod thing that I used in Mississippi to see if I like it better than the one I've been using. Slightly different angle, and you can't see the chairs behind me, so maybe this works. Without the sun, it's a little cool, so we'll see how I do here. But and it's a little bit windy, so I hope you can't hear that too much. But I unpacked last night, so I can show you all the goodies Christy gave me. Christy gave me so many goodies, and I just realized when I was thinking about my goodies, she gave me linen handkerchiefs. She's been making linen handkerchiefs, and she was talking about how she over COVID has stopped using tissue and uses linen handkerchiefs instead. And she has a special way of folding them, which I wasn't paying attention to. They're still folded, so that you have a clean surface to blow your nose on every time. And there's a certain way to fold them, and then a certain way to whatever. And I forgot to ask her to explain to me how you fold them and how you use them. So I'm going to have that conversation with her come Sunday night to figure out. I could, well, I won't do it while you're there. But I can see how it's folded, and then the question is, how do you use it? So you blow your nose, and then you fold it in such a way that you never have to come in contact with that icky part again. So there's like 12 or 15 blows if you need it in a handkerchief. I suppose in the, back in the day when people did this, they just took a fresh handkerchief every day and then just used it. She also gave me this is and I don't know if it had a name, and if it does, I don't remember what it is, and Christy will put it in the comments when she gets to this video. But you wrap your embroidery floss around it, and then you cut it at one end, and then you have, this is an 18-inch, whatever this thing is, so that my threads will be 36 inches, and then you can put them in your cards and things, and they work really, really well while you're stitching. See, I'll show you. See, so you put it in your card, and then when you're ready to stitch, you just pull it out, and it's already pre-cut. And I use a 36-inch thread for my cross stitch because you hold it double, so then I have an 18, so this is how long my thread is on my needle. Anyway, it's a cool gizmo. Now she has hers, all her flosses on little discs, and so they're all hanging, so she like decants her flosses and puts them on those rings. I've been holding my DMCs in a little baggie that hangs on a ring without taking them apart. So I'll have to think about that. But so she has a different system than me, but this is a really cool gizmo, and it makes it really easy to do your process a skein of floss. I am almost incoherent today. I apologize. But I guess I won't start over. Okay. She also gave me a bunch of these curly cues. They're like little rubber curls. and therefore keeping your fabric organized on your gizmo, your hoop. While I'm here, I'll show you. Here's my library, what I worked on with Christy. I had finished these 4 books. So this is May. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more days of May to do. But look at these colors. So that orange is 85 to 89. And the green is, what color green is that? That is 65 to 69. And then I go back into the 80s for a little while, which is the yellow, the gold, and then I go into, I'm gonna go back into the green. I'm gonna be going all the way back to emerald for the weekend because it's going down to 50s. Anyway, so here's my library, what I'm up to. I would take it apart, but it's got all these curly cues on it. I'll take it apart next time I show you. I'll take it apart the next time I show you after June, because I'm going to have to move it anyway. She also gave me one of her favorite brand of hoops. I traded her. I gave her my crummy one so that she could use it as a finishing whatever. And she gave me a Hildegard of Bingen needle minder that she made. Isn't that wonderful? So anyway, so here's my library, and here's my one of my gifts from Christy. I had like a little grab bag. It was so much fun. So I had curlies and I had needle minders, and then she gave me a hoop and handkerchiefs. She's so sweet. It was so much fun. It was like Christmas. It was like Christmas. So I did that while I was with Christy. But she also gave me other needle minders. I asked for needle minders even though, you know, I only have one embroidery project that really uses a needle minder. She made a needle minder out of one of my pictures, out of my flower picture that I made from the picture that she sent me. Didn't that turn out good? And I got, of course, a Christie's Corner needle minder. So I have a lot of minding to do. I'm gonna have a lot of minding to do. And I did work a tiny bit on my Dragons of Sumatra, and I have to, I don't think I even marked on my my pattern what stitches I did, so I'm gonna have to sit down and think about where I am. So I did a little bit on this. I'm really loving how that's coming along. This is my Dragons of Sumatra, and she made me another needle minder of my sheep picture. Aren't they cute? So I got 4 needle minders and some handkerchiefs and a floss unwinding gizmo and a hoop. She was so sweet. Oh, and my earrings I wore the other day, but I showed you those on the porch. I wore them on the porch. I wore them home. So, there you go. But I do need to discuss the folding method and using method of my handkerchiefs. And that'll be fun to use. Don't you think? I think so. The only problem is that they should be ironed to be really nice. My iron is not up permanently, although it could be, because I don't think I'm going to have anybody in my guest room for any time soon, so that would be okay. I did do a little bit of painting yesterday. I've been having the urge to paint, and I have my paper is in what they call blocks, and so it's like, so you paint right on the block and then you take the top page off and you do the next one. I have 3 of those blocks that I use, this size paper, and I had pictures going on all 3 of my blocks, none of which were finished. And so I basically finished all the 3 pictures that were on my blocks, one of which I don't really like, and I'm not showing you. So there. So one I've had on for a very, very long time, and it was one of the waterfall pictures. It was the one I had going before the last one I showed you, and I had an idea what I wanted to do with the last one, which was my favorite. But this one I think turned out okay. This one I had put a lot of masking fluid on so that all those white speckles and things would stay white, and so it was a little bit different, but I finished this up. I'll put it over here so I can put the picture in so you can see, but you remember it. You remember the waterfall. So we're coming to the end of May. Is anyone interested in continuing with this whole inspiration theme? Because we were going to change the picture in June, so let me know. And there's a thread with inspiration pictures to choose from, and if you have a preference, let me know. I'm happy to pick one that you want. There was another landscape from Ireland that Lisa sent that we were talking about using, but if there's something you would like to do, then. And then here is the second picture I finished. This is the one that has the building in the background. Now, I don't know if I still have that on my computer. I might have deleted it. I hope not, because if I didn't, I'll put it up here. But if I did, I don't know that I'll show it to you. But anyway, so it's got the building in the background and then the flowers in the foreground. I'm pretty happy with how the building in the background finished up. And I think I'm okay with the flowers. I'm not sure about the flowers. But I do feel good about how that building showed up in the background. I think it worked out pretty well. So I'm kind of okay with this one. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I almost didn't show you. But, so that's what I worked on yesterday. I cleared off all my blocks. And I thought I was going to paint something, and then I couldn't figure out what to paint, and I started drawing the gardenias that Christy's friend brought while I was sitting on the porch. I'm going to move this forward a little bit and see what I think about that. That Christy's friend brought on the porch when I was on the porch the first day, so that would have been Sunday morning. And I took a lot of pictures of those gardenias, and so I started kind of sketching up the gardenias, but I wasn't happy with the sketch. I told Dennis last night, you know, I feel like I really want to paint, but I feel like my drawing skills are so bad that I'm not inspired by my drawings. So I think you know, and so I didn't, after I finished these, I didn't paint anymore. I sketched a little bit, and then I felt a little about it. So I think what I'm going to do is make some smaller cards, like smaller pieces of paper this big that I might use on cards and things, and instead of trying to do the whole vase of the gardenias, and you know, I'm going to do a small version of gardenias, and I'll do the same thing with my irises and see what I can do, you know, trying to do one flower rather than a whole big picture, and you know, do some practicing on some smaller pieces of paper on small cards just to kind of get back into it. I feel like I haven't painted for quite some time. These pictures were on the go. I mean, I think it's been 2 weeks at least. And I'm feeling a little rusty or something, I'm not sure. Lost my confidence. But I didn't do any sketching or anything while I was on the road. I did very little crafting, to tell you the truth. I guess maybe I took a little vacation from crafting too, except for my library, which I need to keep up with. Yeah, so I need to think about that. Maybe I'll just spin for a while and recalibrate my knitting mojo as best I can. And I'm not sure the best way to get my mojo back from my knitting. I don't know if it will be like just time and, you know, that kind of thing, or find exactly the right project that sparks my interest again. Something like that. I'm not sure. I don't know. If I knew what it was, I would do it. I mean, let's be real. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing craft-wise for a while, but I do want to work on some little cards. I need to measure some paper and figure out the right size for those little pictures. And I think I need to get envelopes. I have cardstock, like a whole ream of cardstock, but I don't have envelopes. And maybe I just need to get a pattern and just plan on making my own envelopes, which is fine. I did that. But I just MacGyvered it, you know. I mean, I just guessed and folded it over, and you know, it worked, but didn't look like a real regular envelope. But I don't think that's going to be too hard to do. I'm sure I can go out on the interwebs and find a pattern for an envelope that would work for me, so that I can make my own cards and envelopes and things, because I have all the materials. So I need to do that so that I know what size to make the pictures. So I, you know, anyway. So today is cloudy, not gorgeous. It's going to go up to about 70 apparently. And it's going to start raining tonight. And it's going to rain all weekend. And it's going to be 50s tomorrow. So, and rainy. So I don't even know if we're going to get a dog walk in tomorrow. We'll manage. We can always, you know, wear a raincoat. But Aura's coming for dinner tonight. Dennis is making quiche, and he is making dulce la leche ice cream with that dulce la leche that he made while I was gone. And so she's coming over to have ice cream and quiche for dinner and tell us all about how her new car is, and maybe bring the books over for us to read too. So, or Dennis to read. Let's be real. So we will see her tonight. That'll be good. So that means I have straightening up to do, make room on the table, because I don't think we're going to be eating outside. It's not lovely at the moment, and it may be raining by the time she comes. So I will need to make room on the table, move my paints back out of the way, and that's the plan. So there you go. That's the latest from the deck. Dennis didn't even know that his basil had sprouted. He was so excited when I told him how cute his little basils were. He said, "Really? They've already sprouted?" They must have just sprouted right before I came out, because he has been watering them and such, so we shall see. My mint is growing very well. It's spreading nicely. I need to weed that bed, but I will do that, I guess, Monday after the rain is done. Oh, I do want to go pick some of my irises and make a nice bouquet for in the house, because it's going to rain all weekend, which means they're going to be all beaten down. could mean they would be beaten down, and that would be a shame. So I'm going to go bring some of those in the house so we can enjoy them on a rainy weekend. So there you go. That's the plan. I've been sleeping pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. And thank you for joining me. And thank you so much for all your lovely comments. I appreciate it. I will talk to you tomorrow. So take good care of yourselves and stay safe and stay safe.